Hey guys, Shane here with One Shift at a Time. How are you doing? It's Saturday night, and can you believe it? We're on week 9 of the power rankings. Just motoring through this season. And we're going to start as we always do in the East. Let me know what you think of this new, bigger image of me. Upon suggestion, I think it works pretty good. Got rid of the side. The who they play next. See how you like that. Let me know in the comments below. But of course, number 8 in the East. It's going to be the Sabres. They were leading most of the game today. It looked like they had a chance to finally snap that streak, but it does continue. They are at a 17-game losing streak, and they can tie the Pittsburgh Penguins with an 18th straight loss, which would be an NHL record. We've already seen Eric Stahl leave town. Let's see if Hall and Skinner maybe follow suit. Not good in Boston. That's going to bring us to number 7. We got the New Jersey Devils. They were actually ahead of the number 6 team there for a little while this week. But the loss again tonight did put them back behind them. They did lose 4-3. So that is going to put them back to the 7th. And they're being led by Miles Woods, who has 10 goals. So tells you how things are going in New Jersey. All right, then we are off to number 6. We got the Philadelphia Flyers, and they were just getting destroyed by the Rangers and Mika Zibanejad over the last couple days or weeks. They had that big blowout, and then again they got blown out a little earlier this week by the Rangers. Finally tonight they were finally able to solve the Ranger conundrum. They picked up a 3-2 victory. So. Let's see, or a 2-1 victory. Sorry, 2-1 victory. Let's see how that goes and if they can turn things around. Number 5 is those New York Rangers. They had a 3-win streak going before that loss tonight, and that was to Boston. And I think, and in number 5 we have the Rangers. Their 3-win streak got snapped, but I think Boston better watch out in that number 5 spot or 4 spot because they are being chased hard by these Rangers. We'll see. I think the Rangers have got everything together now, and it's really starting to look scary in New York. They were looking pretty inept at the beginning of the season, but they have sure turned things around. That is going to bring us to number 4, the Boston Bruins. They had a very light week, only the 2 games because of the COVID. They are now getting back together. They did lose 4-3 to the New York Islanders in overtime, and then they scraped by a victory against the Buffalo Sabres tonight. But they are still without Marchand, who of course leads the way for them. He's got 22 assists and 34 points, so he's a very important player, and when they're missing him, it really shows. That's going to bring us to number 3, the Pittsburgh Penguins. They got it back. Last week they were, I said that they had kind of fallen back into their own old habits of the win one, lose one. They're back to streaking, and things are looking good in Pittsburgh. They got another 3-win streak going, and that 6-3 win over the New York Islanders tonight was really definitive, so we'll see how that goes. Number 2, we got the Washington Capitals, and geez Louise, are they heating up, and is Ovechkin heating up? He of course leads the way, and he's going to probably be trying to get back into the scoring race. He's a little behind where he normally is, but he had a little slow start. But things are rocking, and I think Ovechkin and the Capitals are going to be scary down the stretch. They are only training the one team, and that is the New York Islanders. And wow, what a month. They had another 3-game winning streak going tonight before that loss. They've only lost twice this whole month. So it's really scary, and they, of course, are being led by Matthew Barzal. He's got the 25 assists, and as Varlamov is backstopping them very well in net. I think both New York teams are looking really good. All right, we'll see you in the next one. All right, we're off to the Central, and we're gonna have to start off with, of course, Detroit, the Red Wings, and their -39 goal differerential. It's just not very good when you've only played this many games. It's ridiculous. They lost big games against Dallas 3-0 and Nashville 7-1. I mean, they may have joined the rest of some of the other teams in a no playoff zone. I think it's all but mathematical now for Detroit. That's going to bring us to number 7, Columbus. They lost to Carolina, and then they lost to Detroit. That's just not good. Bergstrad leads the way. He's got 12 goals, 11 assists, and 28 points. He leads in all categories there. So we got the one bright spot for Columbus. You would expect it to be someone a little bit bigger than Borkstrand in name, but that's who leads them off. That's going to bring us to number 6. We got the Dallas Stars. They just keep showing flashes, and then they go backwards. It's really kind of annoying to watch Dallas play. They wore those kind of outrageous jerseys tonight, those super crazy ones. I'm not a big fan of them, but it didn't help them. They lost to Nashville to start the week, but a split with Tampa, and they beat the Florida Panthers too. So it's been not bad, but it's Pavelski. I mean, what year is it? Pavelski's leading the team. He's got 15 goals, 17 assists for 32 points, and plus 10. All those things lead the Dallas Stars. So Joe Pavelski's really having a really great bounce back campaign there. That's going to bring us to number 5, the Predators. Big recovery. Other than after those 2 down weeks, this 3-game winning streak is really helping them bounce back. Forsberg, of course, is leading the way in the Predators. They got 11 goals, 15 assists for 29 points. Again, he leads in all 3 of those categories for the Predators. Number 4, we have the Panthers. This is their lowest. I did this video the week about the biggest surprises in the NHL. I said, well, man, Florida, what a surprise. They're doing so well. And then they reward me with the 3-game losing streak. They did bounce back tonight against Dallas, and it is Barkov with 37 points leading the way. And then in number 3, we have the Chicago Blackhawks. They beat Florida twice this week, but they had a bit of a setback to the Nashville Predators tonight. Really like what I'm seeing out of Chicago. They're really playing well, a lot better than they think. A lot of people had them pegged this year. I think there have been another pleasant surprise. And speaking of it, is Patrick Kane. Man, he's having another stellar season. He's off to 34 assists and 47 points. Great work by Patrick Kane. Number 2, the Lightning. I think this is the first time this whole year in the power rankings we have not had a Florida team in the number 1 spot in the Central, but this is the first time. They had a couple losses to Dallas, and they are on a 2-game losing streak. So, of course, they were being led off by Stamkos. He's got 16 goals, and Victor Hedman has 27 assists and 37 points. Those are your leaders in Tampa. That brings us to, again, first time we got the Carolina Hurricanes in number 1 in the Central. They're on a 3. They're on a 3-win streak. They lost 2, then won 2 against Columbus, and they finished off this week with a big win against Tampa, which is what put them finally in first place. So we'll see you in the next one. Alright, that's going to bring us off to the West, and number 8, of course, the Ducks. Big win against the St. Louis tonight, but I think it's too little too late. They have a minus 38 goals differential, which explains why Comtois leads the Ducks with only 10 goals. Wow. Number 7, the Sharks. They beat LA twice, but big game, lost big game against the Coyotes. I think, again, they're joining that same club of being out of the playoffs. They have a couple big games against the Wild coming up, and that could be the difference maker. Right now, we have Couture leading with 14 goals and Kane with 27 assists. Number 6, the Kings. There was a big win against Vegas, but then they dropped 2 against the Sharks. So, again, started off strong. They've kind of been doing this all season, and unfortunately I think the Kings are also dropping out. They have Brown leading with 14 goals and Kopitar with 29 assists and 37 points. Then we have number 5, the St. Louis Blues, and they have lost 3 straight to the Ducks, the Wild, and the Golden Knights, and it is not a good trend. They have being led off with Shen. He's got 12 goals, and Ryan O'Reilly, he has 21 assists. Then that's going to bring us to number 4, the Coyotes. They lost to the Avs on Monday, then they came back to beat them, and they beat the San Jose Sharks twice. They are being led by Phil Kessel. He's got 14 goals, and Keller 17 assists and 28 points. Then we have number 3, the Minnesota Wild. As long as they don't play Colorado, things are not looking too bad. They won the last 2 games against the Ducks and one against St. Louis. So We'll see if they can continue that. They have Kaprizov with 11 goals, 16 assists, and 27 points. That brings us to number 2, the Colorado Avalanche. They've been switching it up with the Knights for number 1 and number 2 spot, and they just get eked out. This could go either way, as it does either week. They split with that team, and they also split with the Coyotes this week. Ratanen's leading off with 19 goals, and McKinnon with 26 assists. Sorry. That brings us number 1. We got the Vegas Golden Knights. As I said, it could have gone either way. They're right neck and neck with the Avs because they split with them. They also went 2-2 this week. They're being led off with Max Pacioretty. He's got 18 goals, and Stone. He's got 27 assists and 39 points. We'll see you in the North. And here we are finally in the North, and we have back down to number 7, the Canucks. They're so streaky this year. They have a win streak, lose streak, win streak, and now again lose streak. Another 3-game losing streak. It's just big losses too against the Jets, 4-0 and 5-1. So those ones really hurt and pushed them down to last place. They are being led by Besser with 16 goals and 33 points. Then we have number 6, the Ottawa Senators. Wow. They beat Calgary twice, and they put Toronto right to the edge there in a 3-2 loss. So that's actually going to get them out of the basement for a change. Still nowhere near close enough to be making the playoffs. I think Ottawa and Vancouver are both now done. Vancouver would actually have to win every single game and still get luck. So Vancouver's technically not out, but one more loss and they are officially out. Number 5, Calgary, they're on life support. They are not much better than the Canucks, only having that game in hand on them, so they are very close as well. They lost those 2 against Ottawa, then they brought Winnipeg right to the edge. Tonight they were able to get the win, so we'll see how that goes. Lindholm leads the points with 22 assists and 30 points. Number 4, we do have Montreal Canadiens. They didn't even play any games this week, but they played better than Calgary and Vancouver. So Montreal will take advantage of that and move up the power rankings. They're of course being led off by Toffoli with 18 goals and Petrie with 27 points. Then we have number 3, the Winnipeg Jets. They were doing very well. They beat the Canucks, as we said, those 2 games. They beat the Flames the first game, but they did lose tonight. And in such a hotly contested division, those losses do hurt, and it was against a lower end team. So Connor with 17 goals and Scheifele with 27 goals and 27 assists, and 40 points. Then we have number 2, the Edmonton Oilers. They could have gone back-to-back. If they would have beat the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight, they could have stayed at number 1 on the power rankings for 2 weeks in a row. But such was not the case. It's not a big surprise there who the leader on the Edmonton Oilers are. So we have McDavid with 21 goals, 41 assists for 62 points. Wow, that guy is insanely good. That is bringing us back to number 1. Toronto dropped off there for 1 week, but they have taken it back. 3 straight wins, including the most important one tonight over the Edmonton Oilers, who they are fighting for the position with. Matthews has 22 goals. Marner has 30 assists and 42 points. Let me know how you thought of the changes that we made today to the power rankings this week. Getting rid of who they play next, the bigger picture. If you do like the video. If you really liked it, subscribe, share it around, whatever you can do, it all helps. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.